building. And okay, good morning, Miss Maria.
Half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, happy
Sure.
Valentine's
Did you
Day
want
to you.
Did you want to wish Uncle Jim a happy Valentine's Day before we got you here?
Sure. He's watching. He's up already. Starting to watch the Super Bowl at home.
Oh, nice. So who's he rooting for?
Rams.
How about you, Miss Maria? Rams or Bengals? What is you being with the election commission? I know you're into the statistics, the percentages.
Not even. Only because I used to live in LA for 10 years.
Hey, there you go.
Ah, there you go. So you're rooting for the Rams. There you go. Wow.
Are you excited about the halftime show?
I'm sorry?
Are you excited about the halftime show?
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with it, but we're going to have our TV on.
Miss Maria, let me help you get up to speed then. The halftime show, it's Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg,
Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar. Who's your favorite artist out of all those performers?
Function. I don't know any of them. Eminem. I don't know who's Eminem.
Now, Maria, I have something to ask you, if I might, because you and your staff do such a wonderful job at managing elections. By the book, by the numbers. There is no such thing as electioneering. When you go to the polling sites, you can't wear the shirts, you can't bring the signs. Super Bowl is completely not like that. People are like tailgating, they're having barbecue right up into the gate.
And your question is?
Yes.
So if you were, because we know you're very, very talented in the kitchen as well as a wonderful you run an agency. So what would you cook if you could? What would you make for like a proper Super Bowl party in the Pangelinan household?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Kadin binado with dagu.
Ooh.
Oh boy, you're trying to end the party. You're trying to
Maria, they're not going to be awake to see the second half.
That's what you put. That's what you break out when you want everyone to go home.
I'm ready after when it's over. So, for cockfights, right? They used to take the rooster home and call it kadun talonan. So,
Yeah, day.
So it'll be somebody's kadun talonan at the end of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so we're either going to have Kadun Ram or Kadun Bengal. It depends. Right? We don't know yet.
Hungan.
Miss Maria, there was Bree, was it just the one veto of the election bill? Or
one was vetoed, the other one was passed. So the one that was vetoed was the one that I believe would have bypassed primary elections in certain circumstances. And the governor was like, you guys needed to look at this a little bit more because it has kind of like unintended consequences. But this was a bill actually that the Guam Election Commission had recommended, one of the two, right, Maria?
Yes. Yes. So at every even year, so that would have been 2000. At every odd year, I'm sorry. At every odd year on June 30th, the Guam Election Commission is mandated to submit recommendations to update the election code. So most of what was in both bills came from those recommendations. 173 was vetoed, mostly because of the section that dealt with the cancellation of primaries when there is no contest. But what it said, we had recommended that that the bill reflects or refers to offices versus parties. So what happened was when it referred to parties, it became such that if it could be interpreted as even if the Republicans have 15 and the Democrats have 18, only the Democrats will have a primary, which was not the intent of the law. Yeah, so we give kudos to the legislature because they took it they took some of the recommendations and they put it, you know, into these two bills. During the public hearing, the Election Commission asked the legislature to address independent candidates. What would the legislature want for the independent candidates? Because the law, as it stands, they need to garner enough votes to go to the general. In discussions during the committee of the whole, you know, they tried to address it. Unfortunately, in the process of amending the bill to address independence, it made it, the verbiage was loose enough so that it could be interpreted as only the one party would be canceled. Only the primary for the one party would be canceled, which is totally not the intent of the legislature.
So what was it, Ms. Maria? Was it just like everybody wanted to make an amendment and we just got two amendment G'day and we ended up with a flawed bill, or what?
Well, you know, actually, the bill that was introduced was already amended in the committee before it went to session. So when I went into the committee at the whole, I wanted to take a look at the bill that was introduced in session. And so I don't know how many amendments were made in between that time. But yes, there were still a lot more amendments during the session.
I wanted to ask a little bit more about the independent candidates. I want to say I feel like it's I mean, I know they're the lawmaking body, but we have a lawmaking body that's comprised of Democrats and Republicans, no independents at all. And I think that kind of explains why it's so difficult for anybody who wants to run as an independent. What do you have to do, Ms. Maria, to run as an independent on Guam? I heard you have to get like 5 billion signatures and then sacrifice your firstborn to the political party gods. Is that actually the case?
No, Chris Malafunction, that's not the case.
It's your secondborn.
So what happens is they have to go through the same rigors as the Democrats and the Republicans, but they do have to garner enough votes to go on to the general, which is difficult because if there's only independent candidates for senators and there's Democrat and Republican candidates for governor and for senators and for congressmen, you know, then the voters would want to make their votes count more, as far as we can see, and vote down the party line for the primary, right, which makes it difficult for the independent to garner from the top of my head only 10% of votes.
Right. So basically, Ms. Maria, what you're saying is if Sabrina Salas-Matanani wanted to run for senator, but she didn't like, what the Republicans are doing, she didn't like what the Democrats are doing, she wanted to run as an independent because that's exactly what she is. If I went to the primary to vote, I wouldn't be able to vote for any Democrats or Republicans. If I wanted to vote for Sabrina, I can only cast one vote for Sabrina, and that's it.
That's correct. That's how. Wow. That's how the and during all the discussions, one of the things that came from a Superior Court ruling was that there was a challenge. Guam Election Commission was challenged in the Superior Court. I don't know when, but the ruling dictates the Guam Election Commission to write to both parties, but right before the election, right before the primary election, to find out if they want an open or a closed primary. So the open primary is we just give them a ballot, they decide which party line they want to. The closed primary is we ask them, are they Democrats or Republicans, and then we give them that ballot.
What about have you heard anything about an override of the bill that was vetoed, Ms. Maria, or what's the way forward for this?
No, I haven't heard anything, and I don't know. But again, there's still a lot of recommendations that are in the election comparative analysis report that they can that the legislature can look at. We will do it again for 2023 after the 2022 election. So as we speak, we are updating it for 174 because now that it's passed, we got to make sure we take a look at that. By the way, that law doesn't take effect until 2023. So in 174, what's most important to the Guam Election Commission is that now the primary election moves to the first Saturday of August versus the last Saturday in August, giving the Guam Election Commission time for us to prepare the general election ballots for the Uwakawa voters, for the overseas and the military voters.
Go ahead, Bree.
I was going to ask about something else.
Yeah, I know, the supplemental budget.
Yeah. Has there been any movement on that? I know the last time we spoke, you wrote a letter to your oversight chair, Senator Joe San Augustine, needing the $600,000 to pull off the election this year.
Yes. So, I haven't heard from them yet. But so we'll see what happens. We will also make the governor aware of the situation. We do have a meeting on this Thursday with our board, and we'll see what direction they give us from there.
But again, this is like, you need your money or we're not going to be able to do this.
Yes. We are also we've prepared a draft invitation for bid for a venue. We want to make sure that, and assure the voters that we are still trying to make it as convenient as possible so that it's worth their while to come out to vote in the primary election. So that part of the supplemental budget request is to fund early voting. The early voting law was passed after fiscal year 22 budget, which covers the primary. And so that's what we're looking for money for. So our oversight chair, Senator Joe, has been very supportive and has, it helps because he's also appropriations. So we're looking forward to hearing from him soon.
You got a twofer on that one.
If that's what you call it, it's okay.
Right.
Is Election Central still planned for UOG? You mentioned a venue.
Yes, and we'll see. We've done some market research on venues for early vote center. So we'll see what happens. But yes, we've already secured the dates, or actually the university is so good to us. They secure the dates for us and make sure, that it's clear for both the primary and the general.
Okay. Anything else going on with GEC?
No, we have our meeting this Thursday. Our candidate seminars have started. The first set, we do it every second Wednesday in the evening at 5:30, and then second Thursday in the afternoon at 2. Candidate seminars are ongoing. Volunteer voter registrar training is ongoing too. That one we do third Thursday and third Wednesday of the month. We do it 2 days. One, so that people who are working will have a chance to come at 5:30 on Wednesdays, and the other one at 2:00 on Thursdays for those who can come, during the daytime.
Miss Maria, I heard you guys are having a Valentine's Day special for voter registration. All couples who come to register to vote today, it's totally free, right?
It's always free, Chris. Thank you very much. And it's so much easier because you can also register online at gec.guam.gov. And Sidus Masi, we need to break 50,000. We still don't have 50,000 voters, and we're looking to see register the voters that will show up on August 27th.
Thank you, Miss Maria. And you can register in person at their offices, the old Manpower Building in Oka Tumuning, or also at you guys' website, right, Miss Maria?
Yes, gec.guam.gov, and Chris is referring to Manpower. Club Manpower used to be located right where my office is.
Right, yeah. But don't worry, the whole place has been sanitized, guys. Very sanitized.
Very sanitized.
Thank you, Miss Maria.
Hamza Masi, Zeus Masi. Happy Valentine.
Happy Valentine.
You too, and
Super Bowl.
I hope your team wins in the Super Bowl.
Zeus Masi.
All right, we're going to take just a quick break. We have the Mayor's Council of Guam President, Mayor Jesse Alec, is standing by. Hope he's having a great Valentine's Day, and we'll be back with